Hello everyone. We are almost through with this course. Yay! Okay, let's get down to business. This week we are going to shift gears a little bit. Things will get a little bit lighter. Thank goodness. You'll see that immediately with your number of keywords. You've gone from a list like this to a list like this. Okay. Working conditions and health. Around the world, working conditions vary. Some countries have strict laws about working conditions, others don't. Some countries have laws that appear to be strict, but people manage to get around these strict laws. For example, in the video we watch, America has very strict workers' protections, workers' right laws, but we see that they are skirting these protections when it comes to children working on the tobacco farms. Big problem in the States. Believe it or not, this is not something that's happening far, far away in one of those countries. No, it's happening right here in the US of A. So think about that. Think about how the work you do can impact your health. Two of the keywords this week are job demands and job controls. I put a link on Blackboard to show you where you can get information about job demands, job controls. Something that social epidemiologists do is investigate how a person's job demands or job controls can impact their health, because it does impact. I wrote a paper, for example, that showed when the job demands and job controls of somebody in a really volatile position gets risen up to that on the level of, somebody whose job demands or job control aren't as volatile. They have better chance in health, lower cardiovascular disease mortality. So it's really good for health. What do I mean by job demands and job controls in an epidemiology sense? Keep that in mind. Job control is the amount of control you have in your job function. So that means like you don't have a job where your boss or your supervisor is micromanaging you down to a T. You can decide what it is you do on a daily basis, how you divide your time. That means you have a lot of job control. Someone who has a lot of job control, for example, is a professor. We pretty much devise how our time is going to be handled, unless we're in the class in a set amount of time. But we can decide when we're going to prep for class, when we're going to read, when we're going to do our research, except for those specified hours when we have to be in class. So we have a huge amount of job control. Somebody who works on the fry line at McDonald's, who's got to get those fries done in a certain amount of time, has very small amount of job control. Job demands. Even in a high functioning job, like a high paying job, you can have an extreme and a considerable amount of job demands. So keep that in mind. So it's not just about having a low income function. Even a high income function can have huge job demands. So ideally what you want, what's best for health, is a job that gives you a considerable amount of job control, where you have it in your own control with not so much job demands. That's pretty much ideally what's best for health. Now, to link that to COVID-19, because one of the things we're doing in this class is, keeping the theme of COVID-19 and health, I have some supplementary reading that I would like you to read. It will help you with your photo essay project. With COVID-19, a lot of our essential workers are African Americans and Latinos. They're minorities. A lot of the frontline workers. So think your cleaning people, think your nurses, think your CNAs, think your grocery store workers. A lot of those were women, and a lot of them were minorities. And during COVID, some of them spoke out with saying that we are, like a lot of the nurses spoke out and saying that we are being targeted and placed in COVID wards. We are being targeted more so than, our white counterparts. So you saw a lot of COVID in the immigrant population, in the minority population of frontline workers, because they felt that they were being pushed in this direction. What I know from personal experience, for example, when I went to get one of my COVID tests, one of the drive-up COVID tests, everyone in there was an immigrant from African origin. I was surprised. Every single woman working, they were all women, all from an immigrant from Africa, were their roots. So I did see that happen in real life. And there are stories that confirm this, and there is a study that also confirms this as well. So these are ways in which your working conditions can have a direct impact on your health. So this week, try to think to yourself, if you're working, how does my work environment impact my health? How is my employer keeping me safe during COVID-19? Or where are they lacking and not keeping me safe? Where could they do better? Because all of these aspects that I want you to think about in terms of your health are related to the social determinants of health that we learned about last week. Because with employment, of course, you can pick and choose your job, theoretically. You can quit if you don't like it, but typically you're not going to do that when you don't have any alternatives. Let's be real. So it's also the job of your employer to do what they can to protect your health. That's one of the things that they're supposed to do. So when that doesn't happen, that can be bad for your health. So think about that in your own life. What could your employer be doing better? Or how is your work and the work that you do are impacting your health? Is it something that you would like to continue doing? Perhaps you are working in a job where you have such a high job demand and so little job control, and you're realizing that it's not good for your physical health or your mental health. Is this really something that you want to continue doing? Because you can live and be as healthy as you want to be if your job has an impact on your health. So if you don't have that in check, you're still going to have negative health outcomes. That is just the reality. So that's what I leave you with this week. And have a great rest of your week. Start thinking on your photo essay project.